Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in Houston at Breakbulk Americas. We've just wrapped up a shippers and carrier panel, and I have one of our speakers here, Anders Hyrup from Jumbo SAL Alliance.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Yeah, it's so great. So clearly you were representing what we think of as the carrier side. But I have to say, we've done these over the years. There just didn't seem to be as much friction between the two sides. I didn't even really perceive it as sides. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I've never seen our clients as our adversaries. We live for them. I mean, that's our bread and butter. But of course, we now see a trend where the clients actually reach out to us much earlier. Also not just the EPCs, but also the project owners wanting us to establish feasibility studies, start doing feasibility studies. Can we call a specific location? What can we do in this particular case? That is something that has changed the past 2-3 years, and is something I expect to continue in the future as well.
Right, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I did hear you and the other panelists talking about contracting earlier, you know, maybe a couple years out.
Yeah.
What is the drive to do that?
Well, for the shippers or for the client's perspective is certainty that you actually have a transportation solution. Whereas previously you could always catch a ship and it would be there, and if you waited long enough you could actually find somebody who was desperate. Now you find yourself in a world where you have to source contracts both for logistics but also for procurement and construction of your equipment much earlier. And that puts a lot of strain on the entire logistics chain. I mean, the shippers have to coordinate with the carriers, with the clients. Engineering has to be involved from a very early stage. But that is what I think is going to be the new world, is that the early contracting is something that's going to stay after COVID as well.
Interesting. Do you think the tight capacity will go on for a period of time?
Yes, the tight capacity in the multipurpose and the heavy lift sectors that's going to continue for years to come. The problem,
Why is that?
Well, majority of the fleet is old, so that needs to be replaced. Replacement of that fleet will take longer time than what it did just a year ago, because now all the shipyards are busy building container ships. On top of that, the prices for new constructions of heavy lift and project ships have gone up 50%, and construction time have been increased with 1 or 2 years. So whereas you previously looked at a 2.5 year time span from signing a contract until you had the ship in the water, now you're looking at 4 years. So the capacity is not going to change anytime soon. What has changed is that a lot of the multipurpose and heavy lift capacity has actually been taken up by the container carriers. So there is in the multipurpose and heavy lift segment less ships. They get older and older, and they will not be replaced in the short term at least.
Yeah, it's challenging. And what about getting loans for new builds?
Loans are always easier when the market is good. The problem is the prices also have gone up. So now you are, instead of loaning, well, let's just say 50 million, now you have to loan 75 million for a ship. The bankers see, well, right now the market is good, how is it going to be in the future? And nobody knows, because how the market's developed the past 10 months. Personally, what I said also at the panel is I've spent a long time trying to make sense of this, and I've now completely given up. Because it is what we consider normal now, 2 months from now or 3 months from now is going to be most likely something completely different. So have the market now, is it going to continue to increase? I don't know. I would actually honestly believe it would continue to increase. But it also gets to a very high level.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, we've been talking about uncertainty and risk for years.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone anticipated, you know, the conditions of the last year or so.
No, nobody saw that one coming.
That's right. Okay, so tell me what's ahead for SAL.
For Jumbo SAL Alliance.
Yes. Okay, well, we've got that. What do you have growth plans, particular regions that you see as being promising, certain types of cargoes?
SAL as a company has been through a very interesting year the past year, starting out with merging or acquisition of Intermarine, interfacing that company into the organization. That has worked fantastically. It's been a very good contribution to the company because there's no overlap. Intermarine itself has really developed extremely positive. And then April 15th this year, we announced the start of the Jumbo SAL Alliance, which is the alliance between two privately owned European ship owners. And that process has also been extremely well executed around the world. In the US, we have merged with the Jumbo's agent and set up our office jointly in Intermarine's office, actually. So we now have a full hub in here in Houston with both legal, with operations, with engineering, commercial operations, everything under one roof. So SAL is going through changes, and there's very positive changes, and the Jumbo SAL Alliance, I think, is the right match between two very professional and very dedicated engineering and heavy lift project-oriented carriers. So.
Excellent. Well, that sounds good. Well, we wish you the best of luck as we move forward. I can't give you certainty, but we'll hope that things are good. How about that?
I'll take that.
All right. Thank you so much.